Hi everyone. In this lecture, we will study about the global ecological changes. The first one in this is the greenhouse effect and the global warming. We understand this thing with the help of a diagram. Here is the sun. That's an incident rays. Now, these are the solar radiations reflected by Earth. Now, these are the greenhouse gases which are in the atmosphere, and these are the absorbed radiation which are re-emitted by the greenhouse gas. Now let's understand this thing. Generally, the greenhouse gas or greenhouse effect and the global warming, these are the natural phenomena because the life on the earth is possible only because of this. The average temperature maintained on the earth is 15 degrees Celsius is only due to the natural greenhouse gas effect and the global warming. Without this thing, the average temperature of the earth would be minus 17 degrees Celsius, so the life on the earth won't be possible because of these. So when these infrared radiations pass back to the atmosphere, some of it's absorbed by the atmosphere itself and some of it is absorbed by the atmosphere, and therefore the temperature of the atmosphere rises. So these gases are basically CO2, carbon dioxide, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, HCFC, hydrochlorofluorocarbon, CH4, N2O, and many other also. Now, because of this, there are multiple effects take place. Some of its effects are the climate and the wind pattern will shift. So let me write it here. The climate and wind pattern will shift, which may lead to the increasing durations of the hurricanes, tornadoes, and also it will increase their intensities. The other effect of this can be, the clashing of the warm and the cold fronts, which results in the violent weather conditions. So, violent weather conditions because of the cold and warm fronts. Apart from that, there will be a harsher colder region also. It can also may lead to the changing in the rainfall pattern. So the rainfall pattern change. It also lead to the more frequent melting of the ice glacier. And many other. It will, there is one more thing that I want to say, that it will also increase the carbon dioxide and the photosynthesis process. Now you may be thinking that if the global warming and the GHG effect may increase the photosynthesis, that's good. But actually it is not, because if the carbon dioxide will increase, the productivity will increase due to the increase in the photosynthesis. Yes, but at the same time there will be increase in the weeds and insects and pests also. And because of that, the survival of the organisms becomes difficult, and in that case it will create a harmful effect. So this is how the greenhouse effect and the global warming are basically the major ecological changes which can occur. Apart from that, the second one is biodiversity. The ecological changes of the biodiversity we have already been gone through in the biodiversity chapter, where we have learned about the rapid decline of the biodiversity, which may lead to the loss of habitat, pollution, overuse of the resources, the introduction of the foreign species, the environment degradation. More importantly, the high-tech fishing is also one of the examples. Basically, in very short, I'll tell about the high-tech fishing. So high-tech fishing basically uses the sonar and radar to locate the shoals. The shoals of fish means the group of fishes, and which actually there's a huge net, and they capture all shoal of the fishes together, and which actually affects the food chain, and there's a loss of the fish generation itself. So the loss of fish generation and affect food chain. So you can add this point in the loss of the biodiversity itself, and the rest of the points you can refer to the biodiversity section. The third thing can be the ecological change, that is the desertification. Now the desertification can be due to the overcultivation. It can be due to the overgrazing, deforestation, and salt accumulation. These are the major things that we need to know about, and the rest we will discuss in the next chapter.